So our first topic is the blockchain. A blockchain is a decentralized digital ledger that securely records transactions across multiple computers, making it tamper-resistant and transparent. Now go to Google and search for blockchain demo and click on the link. And now click on the hash button present on the right top corner. In the hash, the data provided changes the hash value, which is unique for each data set. And the next one is the block. In a block, the block number, data and the nonce can be altered just like the hash value. The next one is the blockchain. In a blockchain, it is decentralized, meaning that if one block is altered, it causes a chain reaction where all subsequent blocks are marked as invalid. To correct this, mining is required. This is because each block's hash is linked to the previous block's hash, so altering a single hash will affect the entire chain, requiring all affected blocks to be adjusted. Every data is stored with an associated hash value. Every change you make is authorized by a process called mining. This is a simple demonstration of that process, but in reality it will be a complex process with various steps. Such blocks are connected with the previous hash values to form a blockchain. You can view the similarities here. A change made is reflected on the following blocks as well. I forgot to mention about the non, which is used as a unique identifier. Distributed mechanisms is used to segregate these blockchain networks into different categories such as peer group A for admin, peer group B for developer, and so on. Then each individual blocks need to be mined to validate each and every block. Tokens and Coinbase are different ways to record these transactions. Tokens are complete individual records of transaction, whereas Coinbase is based on the initial transaction amount. In distribution, blockchain operates in a peer-to-peer manner. However, if data changes in one peer, it does not affect other peers. Next one is the tokens. Tokens work similarly to the blockchain, but instead of altering the data, transactions are modified. For example, if a coin value changing from 100 to 106, it impacts the transaction and both the coin and the TX value must be updated according so that the transaction must reflect the new value. So let's move into one of our favorite topic, Crypto Zombies. Crypto Zombies is an educational game that teaches Ethereum, smart contracts and Solidity programming. Wanna learn blockchain programming with the game? Let's go! Search for cryptozombie.io and click on the link. Here the players build zombie themed apps while learning blockchain development interactively. Scroll down and you will get the course button. Click on the course button and click on start course, and let's move on to my first course. I have already completed half of my course here, but yet we'll move on to it. So let me move to my first chapter of this course. Before me moving into that, let me explain the fun factor of this, where I can design my zombies' eyes, color, its skin tone, hat, etc. and etc. So the first chapter is just the overview of it, and let's move on to the second chapter, and this is the second chapter. Scroll down and you will get the instructions to be performed in your program. Follow the instructions carefully. With these instructions, Crypto Zombies are beginner friendly, free, and helps user to build a smart contract while learning Web3 concepts. Scroll up and you may also be given with the syntax, keywords, function names, etc. By following the instructions, complete the code. After completing the code, check on with your answers. If correct, you can proceed with the next chapter, or else a red color notification will be given that you have error in your program and you can try again for several times. So this Crypto Zombie makes learning blockchain development fun and accessible for beginners. So our next topic is NFT. So NFTs are unique collectible digital items that can be art, audio files, or even tickets, in-game assets, or avatars. Now I go to my Google page and search for OpenSea. OpenSea is a marketplace for buying, selling, and creating non-fungible tokens. Okay, now for example, I click on the art option present above. I get various varieties related to my search, and let me tell you how this OpenSea works. Users can interact directly with each other to buy or sell NFTs individually or in bundles. OpenSea is a non-custodial platform, which means users have full control and access to their cryptocurrency wallets. So now I have selected the swatches from the varieties of options available. Here are many drawings related to the search, which is for sales, and we can directly interact with each others to buy or sell here. So here I click on this particular drawing. OpenSea also allows for the integration of wallets such as MetaMask for transaction, or even we can continue with our email IDs. So let me show the price of this particular drawing. It is around 0.0266 Ethereum. And now let's check for the Indian currency of this particular drawing. This is the Indian rupees for 1 Ethereum. And now let's paste the drawing price. So it is around 8,761 according to Indian rupees. This platform supports both auctions and fixed price sales. So our next topic is Remix IDE. Remix IDE is an environment for developing smart contracts, which is an essential part of blockchain. Now go to your Google and search for Remix IDE. Click on the link. Remix IDE is primarily used for developing and debugging smart contracts on Ethereum blockchains, allowing users to write, compile, deploy, and test solidary code directly in a web browser. This is the Remix interface. Here is the workspace name, which will be created as default with some files that we can work on initially to learn. Let's go to the storage SOL file. This is the class variable. This is the version specification of Solidity language. This is the license identifier, and there is a function to store the number. Also a function to retrieve the stored number. Then go to the Solidity compiler. And now choose the compile option. Then go to the File Explorer to view the changes. Then go to Deploy and Run. Choose Deploy over there. A storage section occurs here. Use the store option to store an input. Use the retrieve option to retrieve the value. You can view the result of that action in the terminal. To see more details, go to the Transaction Record section. Save the current transactions in a scenario file. Run the current transactions saved in the scenario file. Now the details of the transactions will be displayed in the terminal. And I forgot to mention to take note on this environment section. In this session, we use Remix VM Concurrent as our environment.